Hello, we are here as a group of 3 people and we have been working on a project called Culture Dinner Party. Through this project, personally I worked on Hawaiian, poi and Japanese rice. On side of my own culture, I worked on Aranyamurem culture. My name is Alice Nyambanguka. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Also, my name is Claudina Mteshimana. I worked on Hindu wedding food. I also worked on Pennsylvania Dutch Swissing. About my culture, I worked on Ugandan culture, especially on their wedding ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you. Isawa Yiramutuzo. In this project, I worked on Trinity portraits and targeting culture. Based on my culture, I worked on Banyamasisi culture. Thank you.
Yeah, Mutuzo, what about Tringity culture?
Yeah, the Trinity culture, Trinity were the Indian from South America. They were Native American, especially in Alaska. They used to eat fish or seameal. Uh, by cooking those fish, they use a sea oil so that the food prefer into liquid. Also, they used to have the guest, the visitor. At the time they have the visitor, they used to give their visitor the food which is not much than to the hoster. It is their culture.
Oh,
Um,
oh, I have asked myself
mm.
why they used to eat fish only.
Yeah, they used to eat fish only because they don't cultivate. Because they live near Pacific Ocean. It is that they used to eat fish only. Yeah.
Yes.
Based on trin, targeting, targeting were the American. Also, they live in South American. They used to have different events, but they respect one event, which is football game. They used to respect that the match. If they go to the match, they used to go with different tools like chairs, umbrella, and different beverage and food. After match, they used to sit together with the players and share the meal and the beverage they bring with. Uh, they come with. Also, they used to help each other. If someone forget to bring chair, he or she don't care about that case because his or her mate used to help uh, by giving or lending her the chair. Yeah, thank you. Based on my culture, I worked on Banyamasisi culture. Banyamasisi, in their wedding, they used to have two steps. They have civil or church wedding and traditional wedding. In their traditional wedding is where the family of boy used to give the dowry to the family of girl. That dowry was in the church of symbol like of appreciating and respecting to the family of girl because they give them the bride. Yeah, also the Wanyamasisi used to eat different food like beans, peas, banana, and cassava, but they respect beans than other food. They believe that if you have beans, you are a rich man or a rich woman. If you don't have those beans, you are a poor people. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. You told us about Tringity culture. What's there are like one similarity among Abanyamasisi and Trinity? They have the same common things they used to have, or there is no common things?
There is some similarities because the Banyamasisi used to help each other. Also, they help each other by lending chairs if you don't have, by visiting others. Yeah, is there the similarity?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It was very interesting for your sharing to us different cultures.
Yeah.
For me myself, I worked on Hindu wedding food. I found that in Hindu there is culture said that there is no boy who is allowed to date again. It means that the parents of the boy are the one to search suitable girls so that she can marry with their boy. About their wedding, I found that they like to use rice and coconut in their ceremony. Also, I worked on in Pennsylvania, Dutch system. I have found that that is a cuisine that you can find in Pennsylvania. I also found that in their wedding ceremony they like to use what we call pork. About my culture, I have been working on Bandan culture, especially the wedding ceremony. I found that in our culture, we used to wear what we call imishanana in our wedding ceremony. Also, in our culture, we like to cook different traditional food like beans, potato, cassava, and more. And that foods, we don't need like to include different like oil. It is traditional without oil. We also like in our culture, when you are a girl, you are going to get married. It is our culture that the parents of boy have to come up with dowry so that they can give it to the parent of the girl. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudina. I have a question on the Pennsylvania culture. Why did they use poachers in their wedding?
Thank you, Mutuzo. It is a good question. They like to use pork in their wedding because it symbolizes or represent good luck in their culture. It means that when you eat that pork, they believe that you are going to be lucky in everything you are going to do. Yeah.
Why Hindu wedding used to eat rice?
Thank you so much for your question. The Hindu wedding like to use rice because in their culture, rice symbolize or represent what we call productiveness and support to that couple that is going to be married.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your culture. And also, I have been working on Hawaiian poem. I found that Hawaiian are the people who live in Iceland called the Hawaii. So poi in this tribe, it's like a traditional food of this tribe. The people of Hawaii, they used to use poi in their everyday meals as well as in their ceremony. If they have ceremony, they use poi. I found that poi founded from taro root, which means taro. It's like a plant which bring poi. So um, the Hawaiian people said that this this food is the connection of them with the ancestors. So about Japanese rice also, I found that Japan people like to eat rice in their everyday meals as a delicious food, and they said that someone who don't have a rice, it seems like he doesn't have any food to eat. On this way, they take rice as um, a food which symbolizes relationship among them and the good friendship, collaboration among the Japanese people, and they respect each than they respect rice than other foods in Japan. Yeah. About my culture also, I found that Nyamulenge used to have many different ceremony. On those ceremony, they like to use umutsima as their traditional food, and also it is a people there is are the people who like to in their wedding they like to a family of boy used to pay many cows in the family of girl. They pay many cows as dowry in order to show the value of that girl on those family. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Alice. I really like your presentation. But you talked about Hawaiian like culture. Uh, I asked myself why they like to use those poi in their wedding ceremony.
Yeah, there is nowhere I found that they use poi in the wedding ceremony, but I found that uh, their everyday life they used to eat poi as their traditional food. They take it in the way of their religion because they believe in ancestors. So it means if they have a ceremony, each kind of ceremony they used to use poi as their traditional food in order to keep remembering their ancestor who called Haloya, who brought them poi on the first time. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, this is the end of our presentation. As we discuss on many different culture, it's like a goal of this project sharing about anthropology, anthropology, sorry, I mean anthropologist terms like how the way of many culture are, how the many culture are different. So as the people around the world are different is the reason why they used to have many different culture. Thank you very much for participating on this discussion.
Thank you.